It connects to your smart home over Wi-Fi and it's Matter supported. It has large size buttons, it's beautiful to look at, and it's really easy to set up and use. Overall, it's just a great choice for your smart home. And it doesn't matter if your smart home is Apple or Google based, because this smart switch works perfectly with both platforms. Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. If you're new here, hello and welcome to the channel, and I hope you like today's video. If you like smart home and automotive technology content, then hit that subscribe button, because that's what you're going to see on this channel. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing another smart switch from Zemismart, and this time it's the ZM606 Matter over Wi-Fi smart switch. This one in particular is actually the ZM606-3H. The 3 standing for 3 gang, which of course means 3 buttons. This Matter Wi-Fi smart switch is also available in 1, 2, 4 and 6 gang versions, as well as in 2 colors, black like this one, or white. It can be powered up from 110 to 240 volts and supports up to 16 amps max. And as you can see on the back here, a neutral wire and a live wire is required to use it. And just like all the Zemismart smart switches, it's very easy to wire up. However, because it is powered up off mains voltage, it's highly recommended that you use a registered electrician to wire this up for you. It's designed to fit inside your standard wall box, so no other special size wall box is required for installation. And as for the size, overall this 3 gang switch is about the same size as a regular wall switch as well, and it measures 118mm long by 74mm wide. Because this smart switch is a Matter device, it's important to remember that it does also require a Matter gateway and a supported app to use it as well. So you could use this Zemismart M1 Matter gateway hub, or alternatively you could just use your Google or Apple hub itself. Just like most of the smart switches from Zemismart, it does also support Google and Apple. However, I have not yet tried it with Alexa, so I will have to try that out in this review. I am not a SmartThings user, but it is also supported with SmartThings as well. Okay guys, now if after watching this review and you decide you're interested in purchasing one of these Zemismart Matter Wi-Fi smart switches for yourself, then here's some good news for you, because if you use this promo code here, Zemismart will give you a 15% discount off this product, but you'll need to make sure you do this as quickly as possible before the promo code expires. Okay, and now back to the video. For me personally, a really important feature that all smart switches should have are status LEDs on each switch, and if you look closer here, you can see that this Zemismart switch does have that, and that's a great design feature in my opinion. The switches themselves are designed to be pressed from the bottom. They do not pivot from the top at all, up here where the LEDs are located, which I personally really like. I also love the size of each switch as well. They are huge, so accidentally pressing the wrong switch is never going to be a problem. The switches themselves are also very light to touch and press, but not too light of course. They're very comfortable and positive when you press them. The quality feels and looks very high, and being a Zemismart switch, you know it is because the quality of their switches are always of a high build quality. And the design and styling of the switch is simply beautiful. I personally am a big fan of Zemismart smart switches. I have tested and reviewed several of them, which are used multiple times every single day in my smart home, and I have found them to be very reliable. In fact, all my smart switches here in my office at the moment are Zemismart, and if you follow this channel, you would have seen the reviews for all of them on the channel, including this remote control smart switch as well, which is also a Zemismart product. Anyway, to test this Matter smart switch from Zemismart out, I need to power it up. So now I'm going to turn off the power and quickly install it, and then comes the fun part, demonstrating to you how it works. Okay, so I've got the smart switch installed into the wall, and the power has been turned back on again. I have to say that's the first smart switch I have installed in a while that is actually using an earth wire. That's becoming rare to see these days. Using an earth wire is definitely not a bad thing, of course. Now, being a Matter device, the setup is easy because all you need to do is scan the QR code here and then it's ready to use. However, before you do that, the smart switch must be in pairing mode first, or it won't connect. And when in pairing mode, all 3 LEDs should be flashing blue. Now, by default, pairing mode should be entered as soon as the mains power is switched back on. But if pairing mode is not entered, or it has expired, then what you need to do is just hold down any one of the buttons. So for example, we'll use button number 3 here, for 12 seconds approximately, until all 3 LEDs start flashing again. And as you can see, now all 3 LEDs are flashing, so now we're in pairing mode. So now all we need to do is just scan the QR code on the instruction manual, and we're all done. Okay, so how does this smart switch work then? Well, of course it all depends on how you set it up. Currently at the moment, I have button number 1 connected to my roof lights. So when I press button number 1, the lights turn on, and when I press it again, the lights turn off. And no, it does not need to be connected to the network or the app for that to work. As long as it's powered up, it will work as a standalone device as well. Buttons 2 and 3 have nothing connected to them at all, and I will be using these 2 buttons solely as triggers to control other smart devices in my smart home. I could of course also set up an automation on button number 1 as well, so when the switch physically turns on my lights, it will also execute an automation as well. Actually, that sounds like a fun idea, so let's start the demonstration off by trying that. Okay, so here is a fun and really useful automation that I've set up using the Google Home app. Well, actually it's 2 separate automations, one for on and one for off. So usually whenever I turn on the lights in the room, it's because it's getting dark. So when it gets dark, what would be the second thing you would normally do? Yes, that's right, you're all correct. So let's test this out. And this time I'm going to be using the app. I mean, it's the same thing as pressing button number 1 on the smart switch anyway, but this way it makes it easier for me to demonstrate the automations working for you. So when I press button number 1,
attention! The lights have just been turned on, so the curtains are now going to automatically close for you.
and now when I turn button number 1 off,
thank you for turning off the lights. I am now opening the curtains for you.
I mean, come on, how convenient is that, right? So that's just one example of what you can do. Obviously, using automations, you can easily set up just one of the buttons to control multiple devices and all at the same time. So now for button number 2, and I've just set that up to open and close my smart door. So when I press button number 2 one time, the door opens, and then when I press button number 2 again, the door closes for me. And just for now, at the moment, I've currently just got button number 3 set up to turn my table lamp on and off. So you press it once, and then press it again to turn it off. Now, what about Alexa? As you can see, and after trying a few times, it does look like the device is not supported by Alexa at all. So we will need to wait for that in a future software update from Zemismart. And for you 2-year app fans, sorry, but the device is also not supported by the 2-year app. However, I did expect that. So when using the smart switch, apart from smart things which I don't currently use, so have not tested, you're left with 2 more options. Option 1, use Google, which as you've seen, it works perfectly with. Or option 2, Apple HomeKit, which it also works with really, really well. I personally am not a HomeKit user. I'm an Android fan. But if you are a HomeKit user, your smart home is going to love the ZM606. Hey Siri, turn on switches. Hey Siri, turn off switches. Now coming back to the status notification LEDs, the way it works is the little LEDs are on all the time. If you turn one of the switches on, the little LED will turn off. I personally like it set up this way, is that way it works really well as night lights as well. And that brings us to the end of another video. And that's how this Zemismart ZM606 Meta smart switch works. And it works really well. So just like all the other Zemismart smart switches, high quality and reliability are again two of the biggest advantages and reasons for you to buy this smart switch. And of course another advantage is it is a Meta device as well. So you will also be up to date with the latest technology. That is definitely always important to me personally. Google and Apple HomeKit users especially are going to love this device. And if you're in the process of renovating your house at the moment and are searching for some stylish, modern and elegant looking smart switches, then that is definitely another advantage with this device, because it definitely looks the part as well. Anyway guys, if you want to purchase one of these Meta smart switches from Zemismart for yourself, then I have put a link in the description below for you, which will take you to Zemismart's website. And while you're there, you can also check out the range of other smart home products that Zemismart have, which are all at really great prices as well. Thank you so much for watching guys. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, then please like, share and subscribe to the channel, where you can watch even more videos, which I upload every week. And I hope to see you all in the next video.